G'day people, Steve here, how are we doing? Just thought I'd bring you another update from the ranch. So in case you don't live in England or you're not aware, we've been having some really nice weather here for the last, I don't know, it feels like the last week or so. And I think it's going to continue for at least the next few days. So you know what that means, people? It means good time to get out and work your nuts off, which is what we've been doing. So I thought I'd just give you a little update. So first of all, we got nearly 3-ton bags nearly full there of crap that I've basically shoveled up, and I'm going to get that taken away. These bags here, this blue bag and the one behind it, is 10mm shingle, which I'm going to be using for putting around the house and stuff. But I feel like it's always worth having a bit of a surplus supply of 10mm shingle. It just seems one of those aggregates that you always use or you always need. So yeah, in case you haven't seen, this is right at the top of the ranch. Basically, I call it the ranch, but you know, it's just a nickname for it. But this is the field behind, and give you an idea of the view. So it's pretty nice. But yeah, so the plan is, this is where eventually we're going to have decking up here, and this shed here, I say a shed, it's more like a sun house, but the plan for that is I've got a heat gun and I'm going to strip all the paint off of it and stain it and make it a nice wood colour. There's some carpet and stuff in there at the moment, empty it all out, and I'm going to put some have like nice wooden flooring in there with maybe a bit of worktop, like just kitchen worktop or something. Have a fridge in there for the beers, obviously. Get some electric up here and put it in there, have the TV on. And then that'll be like a nice place where you can go in the summer to like get drinks, make sandwiches, snacks, stuff like that, have the TV on, and then have the deck in here where you can obviously sit in nice shade from this lovely tree, see? And then yeah, just basically chill out and enjoy yourself. So that's the plan, but we've got a lot of work to do before then, folks. So oh yeah, I'll just show you while I'm up here. So that there is basically just our compost heap where, you know, put a load of stuff to compost. It's quite handy to have, especially far from the house. Ideal. So yeah, so this is mainly where I've been working today and yesterday. This is like the back section of the garden, and yeah, so this, once we did the like rendering of the house and the new kitchen and bathroom, there was a load of old render, brick, stone, just crap, that old grass that we don't, everything that just got kind of all slung up here. So that's what a lot of those bags are full of up there. So that's what I've been sorting out over to be honest, it's been over the last sort of year or so, getting that real nice and level back to sort. I mean, it's not perfectly level, but it's plenty good enough. Still got to do a bit more work on this top bit. But basically what I've been doing sort of today and yesterday a little bit was yeah, raking that out and getting it as level as I could. But then don't know if you can see down there, but down there is where I'm building like a bed. So they're going to be like 2 beds to this. I'll show you in a better angle in a minute. In case you're wondering, that there is just a drain from a little soakaway that I've sort of dug out last winter, just as a get out of jail free card, really, in case we ever get problems, because we're on a soakaway here. So in case we ever get problems, I've got electrics over there, and I've got you know, an outdoor pump stored here, and then I can connect that. I've got hose, like fire hose in there, which I can just pull out, connect to the pump, and then pump that out into the soakaway, like as an emergency, which is obviously a lot better than you know, just pumping it all out over the ground and stuff. And that I sort of dug out. It's quite big, goes down into like a honey pot type thing, a shingle. There's plenty of drainage. The ground here does drain really well, so that's one good thing. So yeah, if I show you from, so let's see, yeah, so this is like the middle of the back of the garden, showing you the top. So that's going to be like the showpiece or whatever you want to call it, and as you can see there, this is going to be like the entrance, and there's going to be 2 borders that I'm going to be making there and there, which probably going to put aces in this one, because it's as you can see, it gets nice shade, you don't get much sunlight on it, and protects from the wind, so aces will like that. And then the other one gets a lot of sunlight, so might put, I don't know, something else in there. I don't know, I haven't really decided yet. I have to see what we come up with. But yeah, so that's that. And then This middle section is not going to be anything fancy at all. This middle section is, so that's some old Type 1 that I've found. I've got loads of like 20 to 40 mil Type 1 just scattered all over the place, which I didn't use. So I'm going to be digging that up and barrowing it here and making a nice pathway all the way up to the top of the garden. And then once I get up to the top of the garden, I'm going to be sort of, you know, going around in like an oval shape. At the moment, the plan is I'm thinking about building a fire pit. When I say me, I mean Russ. He'll be building, if I ask him politely, hopefully, me a nice fire pit in the middle of that. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I think that's the most practical thing, because then that will give us, you know, a heat source and a light source in the evenings when we want to sit up here and chill. It will also give us somewhere to burn shit, and it will also, if we make a nice grill for it, I guess use it as a bit of a barbecue as well, you know. So that's the plan at the moment. And then just down the sides, I'm thinking just put some sleepers in just to give us a border, and might up there might go for sleepers with, like, you know, this you know, double sleepers with like the soil in, and I don't know, have to see at the moment. But and then obviously we got our drains here. It's quite, I don't know what the light's like, guys, because it's quite sunny still at the moment. Damn, the moon's out as well. So yeah, that's we got our drains there, manholes and stuff, and there's another one behind my head roughly there. So this is never going to be anything too pretty. So what I think we're going to do is, in that space there between that manhole and that drain cover there, probably just going to build like a 12 by 8 shed, which will allow me then to store a lot of like the lawnmower, my compactor, all my gardening tools, that kind of thing, which will make a lot more room in the garage, because I want to turn the garage into more of a workshop. So that will help a lot with that. So I think that's the most practical thing with that. And then I'm probably just going to shingle around the shed and this area, because we want to be able to dig it up in case of an emergency, because like I said, got the drains and stuff down there. And then this bit here, probably just going to grass it for now, and then if I want to later on, might just dig some little borders or beds or something and put some trees in if I want to, but probably just grass it and leave it, see how we go. And then that's where we got the entranceway, the next door neighbours, because Dad goes over there and works a lot, and they do help us out quite a lot, so it's nice to be able to get around there easy. And then yes, this is the back of the house. So at the moment that's a ramp, but that I think I'm going to put a step in. I wasn't sure because of access for Mum, because she's disabled and stuff, but she's not really going to want to come round here. She likes the front. That's mainly for her. So I think a nice step in there with a nice retaining wall right the way around, just to keep all this bank back and stuff. I think that'll look really nice. We've got the garage over there and stuff, and then this is what I'm calling Acer Corner at the moment, guys. So these are my little acers, which I'm going to put in that border that I just showed you. And that new fella there, the tall, thin red one, that's a new one that I bought the other day, and that's currently in a planter which I built. Now, I am no woodworker, craftsman, or carpenter or anything like that, guys. Never have been. I was terrible at woodworking at school. But for a first attempt, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, it's like I said, it is far from perfect. But, you know, I stained it and stuff, and I think, you know, it looks pretty cool. And it'll do a job. You know, and I learned a lot from making it, and I enjoyed it, so hopefully the next ones will be even better. So yeah, so that's that. Now I've got the sprinkler on around the front, so let's go around this way, and I'll show you what we've been doing around here. So this is coming around the side of the house. So this all still needs, this is where the retaining wall is going to go right down to about where that chair is, and then it's just going to be like 2 sleeper lengths up to the front of the house. We'll just put sleepers up there, but the retaining wall will come all around here. I think that'll be probably what we'll do with that. That's the shingle that I was telling you about that around the house, so I need still quite a lot more, so that's what that up the top of the garden's for. That's, in case you're wondering, that's literally just to help with drainage. Never used to have that, so water used to, when it rained, it would just used to pool up around the foundations of the house, and obviously that's not very good because it rots your foundations, and lying water is never good around your property. If you sort your drainage out, you know, that's the most thing. Sort your drainage out, and then as long as that's fine, you can go from there, and you're pretty much all right. But some people do make the mistake of doing all the patio and doing all the nice bits, and they don't really do their drainage, and then you're in, you know, well, shit, basically, when you get a problem later on down the line. So yeah, sort your drainage out, people. It's important. Trust Steve. Right. Yeah. So had the old radio on today. Got to have tunes on when you're working. It's pretty much compulsory, I've been told. Right. Got to be careful now because I've got the sprinkler on. But so that's the sort of bank. That's technically on next door's land, but just putting in like wildflowers. Eventually, like I say, be sleepers up here. That's just going to be like a wild bank. And then where I've got some plants in the front there, again, gonna just make a sleeper bed there, maybe 5 or 6 sleepers high, soil in the middle, and then you can just plant them in. I think that'll look quite nice. And then the biggest change, folks, that you wouldn't have seen yet is the front now. So I've actually I've overseeded the garden, so that should be starting to germinate with this weather, like anytime soon and coming through. But also, so you see how the type 1 down here is like the big chunky stuff, 20 to 40 mil, and it, you know, it does a job, but it doesn't look very nice. Look at this stuff. So this is 2 to 6 mil, still type 1. Put that down last week and took the electric compactor over it. Spent all day nearly doing it, and it looks really nice. I don't know if that's going to be the finish, because it's not meant to be a finish, it's still meant to be a sub base, but I quite like it. Everyone kind of likes it, so I'm going to see how it holds up over a winter, and if it holds up, I might just leave it. And see, the only worry is, I think if you put like, you know, wheelchairs on it, or put like chair legs into it and table legs into it, I think it will break up and stuff. I know it will, so we'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, so yeah, so there's that. And then this bank down here, which was an absolute mess, I can't see anything, but yeah, basically, I don't know if you can see, the sun's right in my eyes, but that down there was an absolute mess. And what I've done is I've put 2 bits of 4x4 wood down there, and to stop the soil from running down, and then just put some new topsoil in down there, chucked in some wildflower seeds, and I think that's going to hold up and look pretty well. We've got some green shoots coming out, it's starting to germinate already. Could look pretty nice. Yeah, and I think really that's about it. I haven't done anything else around the front, but I mean, so that was quite a lot, because I'm doing most of this myself, you know. I'm, like, do get a bit of help from my dad and stuff occasionally, and obviously Craig and Russ, when they get time, they come round and help us out, because they're top people. Shout out to Craig, Russ and Harry, you know who you are, you top boys, appreciate you all. Yeah, so like I say, we still need to put some more of that 2 to 6 mil stuff down here, but I need to put drainage in down here from the gutter. I'm gonna put from the garage, so we're gonna put a gutter around here, get rid of this water butt, just have a down pipe, you know, going down into like a gully probably, and then running through there where we can have an actual gutter that does something off of the porch, going into, you know, another gully maybe down there or something, and then that will all join up with the drainage on the corner that actually runs out into the ditch. So that'll be a good job done. And then also here, this is the garage, put some of that Acco drain in across there, and then that can all run into that, and then that takes care of all of that, and that will all run out down the front into the ditch. And then the only other job I'm tired just thinking about it, is to sort the driveway out, which I'm probably just going to put type 1 down. I mean, that is pretty much exactly what it's for, roads and stuff. So I think if I put some 20 to 40 mil down and then some 2 to 6 on top and whack it down well, I think that will pretty much sort out the driveway. But yeah, and that is pretty much an update from the ranch. Just show you out the front there, so you can sort of see. I'll take you and show you the bank, but we just got to be careful not to get run over when we're out here. Yeah, that's that was the next door neighbour giving me the old thumbs up. Oh my god, I'm getting soaking wet. Oh, right, there you go. There's the banklet from here. So I think it looks pretty nice. Anyway, I am going to go now before I get killed, because like you stand out here and I'm telling you, you are dead. So take care everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this update. I'll probably upload this to the YouTubes a bit later on tonight when I get in. But yeah, take care, and I'll hopefully show you another update soon. Steve out.